Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present about price discrimination. Alright, I will explain about the definition of price discrimination. Price discrimination exists when a firm charges either different consumer different price for the same product supplied with identical cost, or different consumers the same price even though the cost of supplying the good varies between consumers. Next, there are three types of price discrimination. This is the first one. First is first degree price discrimination, known as perfect discrimination. Each consumer pays his or her reservation price for the good, which is the highest he or she willing to pay for the goods. Common example of first degree price discrimination include car sales. At most dealership where the customer rarely expect pay full sticker price, scalpers of concert and sporting event tickets, and roadside sellers of fruit and produce. Right, this is the figure first degree price discrimination. As you can see, this is the graph. Alright, the seller will take the time to bargain or haggle with the customer about the price that customer is willing to pay. Some buyers willing to pay a higher price, other buyers a lower price. The firm will sell a quantity of output, which is Q star, up to the point where the price of the last unit sold just cover the marginal cost of productions. The difference between the price charged on each unit and the average cost of producing Q star units output will be the firm profits. This is the diagram about the second price discrimination. In the diagram below, we find an example of a firm charging three different prices for the same product. The price PO, charged per unit if the buyer chooses to buy quantity QO units of the goods. A lower price P1 is charged for a greater quantity Q1. And the price P2, which is this, is charged for the quantity Q star 2. The level of output is such that P2 equals to MC, the marginal cost of productions. Next is third degree price discrimination, which is the last type of price discrimination. Depends on the firm's ability to effectively separate consumers into two or more groups according to their elasticities of demand. Consumers put into a group by the firm and cannot self-select into another group. Example of the third degree price discriminations include business versus tourist affairs, business versus residential telephone service, and senior discounts. Next, third degree price discrimination exists where the firm is able to segment its customer into two or more separate markets, each market defined by unique demand characteristics. Some of these markets might be less price sensitive, which is price inelastic, relative to other markets where quantity demanded is more sensitive to price change, which is price elastic. In order for this type of price discrimination to be effective, the firm must be able to prevent a third party from engaging in arbitrage, which is buying in the second market at a price slightly above price 2 and selling in the first market at the price slightly below price 1, forcing both price toward the new price and profiting from the price differences. The market must be kept separate. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, we move on the two part of tariff. Okay, the definition is concept of lump sum payment for a good or service combined with a per unit users of charges. Okay, this means the example is an amusement park that charge an entrance fee and a per attraction charge. This is mean if we want go to the play park or something like that, we must pay the lump sum payment to enter the park. That's the example of the two part of tariff. Okay. In two part of tariff, as there are few calculation in this subtopic. Okay, this is the first example of the calculation. This is a question Okay, the question is consider a market of copying machine that consists of equal numbers of two type of consumer. Assume the monthly fixed cost is a renting of a machine 500 and the marginal cost per copy is 0. Okay, the first question is we want to do is this. What is the maximum monthly rental of each type of consumer would pay for the copying machine? Okay, there's two types, type A and type B. Okay, the first question is type A. Okay, type A, type A. Okay, P equal to 100 QA. Okay, first we know the P is 100. Okay, we want to know the quantity of A. Okay, the way is very simple. Okay, this is the graph. Ni P, ni Q. Okay, P is 100. We don't know the Q. Okay, we don't know the Q. Okay, we move on. Okay, QA. Okay, QA is 100. Dah. This is a QA. Okay, QA is 100. Okay, that's all. Okay, this is a triangle. Okay, the calculation to know the formula of the triangle is 1/2 darab base and height. Okay, 1/2 base is 100, height is 100. Okay, the jawapan is 5,000. This is for the type A. Okay, we move on the type B. Okay, type B. Okay, we move on the type B. Okay, this is the question of the type B. Okay, we want to know the quantity and the price. Okay, the price we know that is 100. Okay, the quantity is we don't know. Okay, we must calculate. Okay, 2 QB 100. Okay, QB 100 divided by 2 is 50. Okay, the quantity is already get. Okay, 50. Okay, the triangle formula is half times by base times height. Okay, the answer is 2,500. This is the answer for the type B. Okay, the explanation for these two graphs, type A and type B, is with the first degree price discrimination, each type of consumer would pay a maximum rental fee. Okay, equal to total consumer surplus obtained if the price per copy was equal to marginal cost. Okay, this is for the first calculation. Okay, this is the second example of the calculation in the tariff. Okay, this is the example of the second question. Okay, assume that is the one consumer of each type. The single price option for the monopolist are either to charge a rental fee 5,000 and the rental only to the type A. Okay, type A is 5,000. Okay, consumer to the charge a rental fee of 2,000 and 500 a rent to both type A and type B. Okay, kalau both 2,000 and 500. Okay, from the monopolist perspective, which pricing system is the best? Okay, the best depend on the which system maximum profit. Okay, we must do a calculation. Okay, first we make a type A. Type A consumer. Okay, type A consumer. The rental fee is 5,000. Okay, 5,000. Okay, the calculation is the minus je. Okay, on the first calculation, that's they show the fixed amount of 500. Right, the first question before this. Okay, the profit of A 5,000 minus by 500. Stop. 500 only. Okay, for the answer is 4,500. This is for the type A. Okay, this for the type B consumer. Type B consumer. because type B consumer to combine type A and type B, the calculation the profit of A plus profit of B jadi 2. Okay, combination type A and type B, that's why the 2. Okay, 200 and 500 minus by 5 fixed amount on the previous question. Okay, okay, the answer is 4,000. This is for the type A, and the type B there's a different answer of type A and type B. Okay, the question is says which pricing system is the best depends on the which system maximum profit. Okay, which system? Which system? The explanation, the monopolist maximize profit by charging rental fee 5,000 and rental only type A consumer. Okay, type B pula, consumer is priced out of the market 4,000. Okay. This is the last part of the tariff calculation in tariff. Okay. Okay, the question is by using the two-part tariff where the monopolist profit can be increased. Suppose the monopolist decide to charge both a fixed monthly rental fee and a per copy charge to both type A and type B consumer. The profit maximization combination of the fixed monthly rental and the fixed per copy charge. The monopolist should charge a per copy fees equal to 25 and fixed fee of the 1406.25 to each consumer. The fixed fee equal to the consumer surplus for the low demand type B consumer if the per copy is charged is 25. Okay, that's the question. Okay, the solution is okay. This is the formula for this question. Okay, wait, I will write for you. Okay, 2 fixed fee plus PQA plus QB to fixed cost. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, we just put the information on this formula. Okay, profit, okay, 2 fixed cost dia berapa? Fixed cost dia, and in the question above there are fixed fee 1406.25. Okay, we just put it. Okay, 1406.25 plus P is 25. Okay, QA and QB is a welfare of the question. Then the question above. The QA is 75 and the QB is 30.5. Okay, 2 masukkan je. Okay, and the fixed cost is 500 on the first question we have discussed. Okay, 500 fixed cost 500 at the previous question. Okay, the answer is 2.50 plus 45 minus 1000. Okay, the answer is 4625. Okay, this is how to calculate the third question of the tariff. Okay, the explanation of this is two-part tariff increase profit from 4,500 to 4,625 despite the dramatic reduction. Okay, in the monthly rental fee from 5,000 to 1406.25. To reduce rental fee attract the type B consumer into the market. The monopolist more than markup for the reduction in the rental fee by charging a per copy fee greater than 0. That's the explanation for the third question of this calculation. Okay. we move on the next subtopic. Okay, next is a bundling. Okay, definition of bundling is a paying agreement in which the goods are purchased in a fixed proposition. Okay, example of the bundling is a restaurant that serves only a fixed price menu including appetizers, salad, entry and dessert. Bundling of Microsoft Windows operating system with Microsoft Internet Explorer browser. Okay, next is a mixed bundling. Okay, definition of the mixed bundling is a fairly common for firm to give consumer the choice of paying for product separately or bundlingly together in packages. Okay. Example, all professional sports teams offer ticket to individual games and season ticket package for bundling ticket. McDonald's, they have a product that we can buy a la carte, we can buy set. That's a mixed bundling. We can buy separately or we want to buy a set. Okay, requirement tie in sales. Definition is consists of a tying agreement in which the goods are purchased in variable proportion. Okay, example, a firm with a market power over good X require its buyer to purchase all of their requirement of a complementary good Y in order to obtain good X. That's an example. McDonald's require its franchise to purchase all their paper cup from McDonald's. To their franchise lah. Manufacturers leasing their can closing equipment only to the customer who agree to purchase all of their cans from the manufacturer. That's all.
Hi guys, I will continue the subtopic of price discrimination. Okay, as you can see is the next subtopic is distribution effect of price discrimination. With this note, I will help you to explain what is the effect of price discrimination. Okay, because price discrimination is always increase positive, and because much of it is done by large corporation with market power, many believe that this distribution is bad for society. Okay, in this note, the example is suggests that a distributional effect may be net social benefit. Okay, doctor routinely discriminate between high and low income patients of those with and without good insurance. Discrimination help explain why doctor have such a high income. Okay, these are the example of figure. Because of the S curve, is always above the demand curve. No single fee will enable the physician to cover her cost. Then if she use the second degree discrimination and just a group of high income patient FS, a group of middle income patient FN, and a low income patient FL, this FL. Then she will see a total of Q3 patient, and her average cost per patient will be CR. Okay, the doctor will earn an excess profit of the light red area, which is this light red area, FS, ADC, all from her high income patient, and an excess profit of the blue area, BCD, from her middle income patient. This excess profit will offset her loss of the dark grey area, EFSG, from low income patient. Only by discriminating is the doctor able to remain in the community. In this case, many will argue that the distribution impact of price discrimination is socially positive. now we go the effect on competition. Okay, price discrimination can have positive or negative effect on competition. Must depend on whether the discrimination is done by small fish or large dominant firm and whether it is sporadic or systematic. Okay, next. Okay, these are some example of price discrimination, which is the mobile phone industry provide a good example of sporadic price discrimination. And then another example is some price discrimination in the airline industry has also been competitive. The Magic Carry now use sophisticated computer reservation systems to change fare by the out of the hour. If a flight is overbooking, fare are increased, and whereas fare can be reduced on empty flight. The result is more competition and fewer efficiency, both of which are positive economic outcome.
Created using Powtoon.